you guys got to stop swinging at these multi-billion-dollar business ideas. I just promise if you put 6 months into something, you can make $200K a year and be your own boss. Or why would I not make that swing? Do I think I'm going to build a career off the back of an AI-powered cooking app? No. Do I think I can go make 100, 200K off of it? Sure. AI is cool, but dude, the Facebook ads manager, that's my favorite thing to come out of this century. Figure out how to click the buttons correctly. You can print cash. It is so easy to test these things so fast. Go test it and the market will tell you what's good.
I do got to build my sourdough app.
You do need to do it. Mine's coming together. We're waiting for Apple approval or whatever. And so I'll let you know how it goes.
I'm going to be the first person to download it.
Yeah, dude, $60 a year. I appreciate it. I'll immediately go flip it and get my money back. No, I'm just playing.
I mean, I'll be the first person downloading it, assuming that I get a bro-to-bro 100% discount.
Yeah, dude. We'll give you a 50% discount. I'm doubling the price, and I'll give you a 50% discount. First month special.
That you're going like Black Friday special.
Yeah, dude. In the middle of March. Happy St. Patrick's Day, dude. Dude, I literally had AI write that I had to get a Stripe account for it. And to get a Stripe account, you have to have a website. And so I literally just had AI do the whole thing. I was like, yeah, I need 15 feature bullet points, please. And I just copy and pasted it all in, dude.
What is your website?
Instantchef.ai.
It's ready to launch? You're just waiting on Apple?
It's like the buttons and stuff don't go to the actual app store or anything. And then I need to make
like the app
product
itself.
Screenshots. Yeah, it's basically good. We're doing the last payment integrations right now and then have to get it in the app store.
How do you make websites this good? How long did it take you to make this?
I don't know. I'm pretty sure I just bought a template and then I just need to go and make the mock-ups of the app in there.
Oh,
so clean.
You're so good at websites.
Thanks, dude. I really appreciate that. Shout out 72hoursites.com.
Yeah, seriously.
And the crazy part, Chris, is that it's only $2,500. It's not like a $12,000 website.
What?
I promise your conversion rate will thank you. I know. Card guy. I know. And it's upsetting, to say the least. Invest in your brand.
I'll bite the bullet by the end of the year.
Yeah, I was going to say, right when you're you're trying to get the tax write-off in December.
That's right. December 31st.
That's our busiest month ever, dude. Everyone's like,
really?
Can we? Oh, everyone buys a website in December because they're like, wait, I'm going to have to pay taxes on this money. So I might as well buy a website. Yeah, we had like 7 people buy websites in between Christmas and New Year's. And they were like, we don't have to launch it for a while. Like, well, we just want to pay for it now. And we're like, say less, dude. I'm in.
Perfect.
Really messed up my bandwidth in January, early Feb though. Cause like,
I bet it did.
Our revenue too, it was whatever. It's fine. Money is money.
Yeah.
When you zoom out, it doesn't really matter.
So Instant Chef's going live. You're going to start pushing paid ads to it. Is that like plan A, B, C, and D?
That's literally the only plan is we're going to run ads. We're going to test running ads directly to that lander to see what happens. And then we're going to test direct to App Store also. And so if I run both those, we'll just kind of see how the math plays. Depending on what's good, I might go try to like buy a couple niche like theme pages in the cooking space. I'll probably start a few. We talked about it on the last episode of like just grab viral content, repurpose, publish it a bunch. And so I think that'll be another plan. I figured out how to do it even more programmatically now using Banner Bear. Super clutch. Banner Bear is like programmatic image creation. And so basically like find the viral videos and all I do. So Zapier has a Google Chrome like extension. And so I go in and I just search whatever term I want, vegan recipes. And then I'm scrolling on Instagram on my desktop. And then every video that I want, I just click add on Zapier, add to spreadsheet.
You're adding someone else's Instagram video to the spreadsheet with the Zapier Chrome
link
extension.
Yeah, just a new row link to that. I take that, all of that CSV, and I put it into Appify. They have an Instagram
scraping
post.
software.
Yeah, love it. Used it for 9 million different purposes. They download all of that. You take that CSV, you sauce it into Airtable, which triggers a Zap, which then sends the video into Banner Bear.
This video is kind of like a time lapse of someone cooking a vegan recipe in this case.
Yeah, any viral vegan cooking recipe. And
someone else's video.
Yeah. So it puts that into the template and automatically changes the day. Because the one that I was seeing work on Send Prayers was day 1 of finding good Christian music, day 1.5, right? And so it does that piece of it automatically. And then it just pumps them all into Dropbox for me when it's done. And then I just bulk upload from Dropbox directly onto Hopper HQ. And it just schedules them all out. So easy. And so I'm like, I just spend now, I used to have to like do it in Canva, bulk create and like all this stuff. Now all I do is I just scroll on that account for like 10 minutes, grab 60 videos, and I'm not really even watching them. I'm just like, if they're showing up at the top of hashtag vegan recipe, I'm just kind of like trusting it.
And you're scrolling on like Instagram desktop?
Yeah.
In the browser? Okay.
Yeah. In browser, hit the Zap button, send a sheet, get 60 of them, upload the CSV, let it ride. The whole thing takes me like, I don't know, maybe 45 minutes. And it's a month's worth of viral cooking content ready to go.
And all you're overlaying is day 1, day 2, day 3 or whatever. And then you're just showing the video.
Yeah. It's literally like white background. The video is maybe like 80% shrunk down. So it has a white border around it. And then on the top, it's just text that just says day 1 of finding viral vegan recipes. So you don't have to or whatever.
You know what? Like, I don't know what they call this, like a permanent caption. You know what, like just crushes when these theme pages are starting. And let's say it'll be, there's this one theme page called like animals attacking animals. And they'll have like a permanent caption at the top that says like, you finally found an Instagram page that only shows animals attacking animals. And that's persistent across the whole video.
Yeah, that's literally what this is. And it's just pumping that in. I'm just adding the one added layer of day 1.5 of finding this so you don't have to. Mostly because I saw this one account do it that blew up. I think it was like really good music or something like that. And I was doing it on Send Prayers, which was music discovery. And so I was like, I'll just roll that. It's not the hardest thing to like build in. It's just a field in Airtable. And so
the day 1 thing just converts so well. I do that on all of my Instagram videos because it like I export every Instagram video every month maniacally. I track every single number and it is like a 3 to 6 fold difference in view to follow conversion rate.
Well, because like when you see day 1 and you like that content, you're going to the profile, like immediately going to the profile. And I'm like, yeah, I trust this.
I'll sit here like an idiot in my chair right here. And my assistant, my editor will be like, hey, I'm out of VCTAs, which is verbal call to action. This is what we call them, right? And she's, I need some more. And then, so I don't even know what day we're on. It doesn't matter. And I'll say day 67 of Genius Business Ideas, day 68 of Genius Business, day 60. And I'll do it for like 10 minutes straight. And I'll make like 50 of them. And then I upload all of them to our iCloud. And then she'll use one of them like 5 times. Yeah. Because it doesn't matter. Like no one remembers. Like, and if they do remember, then they comment and it's engagement.
Yeah. Right? I literally just like cycle. I think I got to like 112 and I was like, I can't, when I was doing the prayers one, and I was like, I can't do this anymore. So I just started reposting it, like literally the same videos. You get to day 100 and you just start over day 1, day 1.5, day 2, day 2.5. And like nobody's sitting there saying anything. Like it doesn't matter.
And we put them at very strategic points where it's like, all right, and the best app to use for this is day 68 of viral business. And it's like, you know, like
right.
You just got to put it before like a key moment or else people will swipe away.
100%.
Are you worried about takedowns or like copyright strikes on these?
Nope. Haven't even thought about it.
Dude, I just got, YouTube is very strict about it. Facebook is strict about it. Instagram is not strict about it. Yeah. TikTok is not strict about it. But on YouTube, if you get 3 in 60 days, they completely delete your account.
Like wow.
You're done. Yeah. And so I got 2. Like I had never gotten any on YouTube. I got 2 over the course of 2 weeks. And like I don't post anything that should legally be taken down because it's everything I do is covered under fair use. I'll take someone else's video in the background, I'll put my face over it, and I'm adding value and context. And like that's very, very protected. But the algorithm doesn't know. People just click a button and I have to dispute it. And I'm having a very hard time disputing some of these. And so I had luck getting one of them removed because I simply reached out to the person and I'm like, what are you doing?
Right.
And he's like, well, I didn't have a problem with it until I saw that you're selling a course about this. And I'm like, I don't sell a course. You're assuming I don't have a
Right.
course, dude. It was
Right.
some t-shirt video that didn't even do well. Anyway, that is something to look out for, is like, it's just the law of large numbers.
Yeah. Oh, it'll definitely happen. I think the nice piece that I've tried to do is like, at least on the send prayers one, is like, I try to give credit. And most of the time, and probably niche specific, to be honest, those guys, I get DMs thanking me for posting them, because like they want the publicity. They want to be showed.
They should.
And so I don't know. I like always try to mention, because when you scrape the things on Appify, you can get the username, you know, and then you are just doing an Airtable formula for the caption for each of those, right? That's like, yo, shout out Koerner office for this 6 sourdough recipe, you know? And so then it just gives it the credit. Yeah, it's an interesting one. It's one of those, it's like, if someone hits me with something, then I'll react to it at that point, but it hasn't really crossed my mind.
Well, I'm excited to hear how this goes. It's like, we're building this in public.
Dude, literally live on the Koerner office, dude.
Next time you come back and you're going to share data on how many conversions you had and what the user feedback is like.
Yeah. We'll see. It's one of those that it's like, I'm just intrigued. And so there's just a few, like I said before, like there's a few of those little swings that feel like no brainer, just like attempts, where it's like, worst case is I lose 5-10 grand. Best case is I have a software company that's printing cash. So why would I not make that swing? Like, do I think I'm going to build a career off the back of a AI powered cooking app? No. Like, do I think I can go make 100, 200K off of it? Sure. For people that are getting started in entrepreneurship, we've had the conversation multiple episodes ago where we were like, dude, you guys got to stop swinging at like these multi-million-dollar, billion-dollar business ideas. It's like, I just promise if you put 6 months into something, you can make 200K a year and be your own boss, right? Like trying to change that barometer as I sit here trying to scale something to $10 million in top line. It's like, dude, hey, dude.
We're all hypocrites.
I know, right?
I heard a quote yesterday that resonated with me, and it was this guy. I don't remember where I heard this, but he said, most people focus on being smart and like being really smart at something. But what I've learned is you just need to be smart in a different way, right? Like you need to be really wise and smart in a different way than what the crowd is trying to do. Right. So I think I've just kind of accidentally fallen into that by just like going full ADHD for 15 years on whatever idea tickled my fancy. It's like on the surface, it's like, that's a bad idea. And I've paid the price for a lot of them. But when you sink down into it, it's like, that's given me a unique perspective.
Right.
A perspective that's different from everyone else's, which has benefited me in random ways.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I've been wrestling with that more and more also. It's like the tweet that I put out yesterday. It's just like, I have 9 million, dude. I have a list, a laundry list. Someone can screenshot that and see what's good. I know, right? It's a list of, you know, there's probably 20 different ideas that I have absolutely zero doubt in my mind at all that they could do mid 6 figures, probably 7 with the right application of time and energy. But like from a core offer perspective, like it's just sitting there. And I'm like, part of it is I'm taking all these sales calls. And so once we hire someone to replace our previous guy, like that'll be easier. I'll have more time. But like balancing that is like, dude, all I want to do is go work on these things. Also, we have 40 leads a week that like need to be closed for this other thing.
Have you heard of Manus at all?
I don't think so. What is this?
This is, okay, picture what Operator should be, but out of China with like no guardrails, like
sick,
like insane speed with agents. And it's invite only. And I got an invite. Dude, I've been playing with it nonstop. It hasn't like replaced anything. It's just like another tool in my tool belt. But
how often are you using Operator right now?
I've replaced Operator with Deep Research, basically.
Really?
Yeah, because Deep Research is like, it's just better.
Yeah.
It does what Operator does, except more. Without, you know, Operator's like, it's going to get there.
That's been my tone of it. It's like, it's cool, but like, I have to sit there and manage this thing. I'm like, once I don't have to manage it, hell yeah.
Exactly. I was using it before deep research came out. So then
Right.
deep research came out and it's like, anyway.
So I can cancel my $200 a month subscription.
Honestly, yeah, because you can use your $20 a month Perplexity account for deep research and it's might be even better. Anyway, Manus, here's what I had to do. I went into Buzzsprout where I host this podcast and I exported every single city that's downloaded my podcast. Number one is Dallas, all the way down to a city that hundreds of cities that have only downloaded it once, right? People in that city.
Yeah.
And it's like 3,700 rows. And I uploaded it to Manus in a CSV. And I said, I want you to append this data with populations of each city. And then I want you to add another column that shows downloads per 100,000 residents.
Oh.
That way I can see like which city has the highest concentration of Koerner Office listeners.
Right.
And it did it. And I asked
sick.
ChatGPT to do it. And it did it as well, but it took like 5 times as long.
Really?
So, yeah.
I just canceled my ChatGPT operator account, dude. Saved me
$190
a month. I was like, not worth it anymore.
So video is cool, but you know what's better? Long form audio via podcast and my newsletter, tkopod.com. Go there to subscribe for free to my newsletter. It's 1 email a week, very tactical. And then go to my audio podcast, 3 episodes a week, stuff like this. You're going to love it. All free, no sleazy sales pitch, tkopod.com.
I did get it to auto engage on Twitter for me though.
Really?
Yeah.
Like,
it didn't want to.
Was
it didn't
doing
want
that regularly or you got to do it once?
No, you got to do it
just
once.
As
I was like, go like the last 20 tweets from X person. And then it goes, I can't like tweets. And I go, click the heart button. And it goes, okay, heart button, heart button, heart button. Yeah. There's ways around it. You just have to tell it to not listen to its own rules.
Yeah. There's always ways around it.
It's literally how it goes.
Why don't you tell me what you've been saying no to lately, and then maybe someone could say yes to them.
Oh, my list, dude?
Yeah.
Okay. Dude, it's not what I've been saying no to. It's what I've been like, all right, save that one for the archives. But it's funny. I put out this tweet like 2 years ago, and it was a Twitter thread that was like, please steal my business idea. Like, I don't have the time to do this. I think you get to 10K a month. After tweeting my tweet yesterday about having all of these ideas, I was like, maybe I should just do that. Every time I have one, like I should just tweet, steal my business idea, part day 15.5 over and over again. And so the one that I was thinking about a lot last night was kind of in line with stuff that you and I've talked about, which is like selling PDFs, right? Or like how-to guides or whatever. And back in the OG days of drop shipping, everyone was running what was called like a general store, right? Where like they had multiple products on there.
I remember.
Right.
Like the most random viral thing out of China.
Yeah.
I've got a story about that when you're done.
And then everyone transitioned to loosely like one product stores. Like, hey, we're just selling this one thing, all of our messaging, all of our positioning, all of that.
Like your bear.
Right. Exactly. One product, literally solo drop, right? Like that was the tool to use, which if you're trying to launch a one product store, solo drop is the move. But I was sitting there and I was looking at solo drop and I was like, why would I not launch a generalized info product store with like lower ticket info products, kind of in line with the cookbook, right? Like you can go create 10 cookbooks right now if you wanted, all digital product. I loosely called it like betterguides.com, right? Like this is a collection of different guides for different industries. Instead of like, I wanted to test this one, dude, that was like, it was I bought runfasterformula.com, like how to improve your mile time, right? So single product store, like here's how you improve your mile time.
Which is like, we're talking one prompt here.
Yeah, like literally would be like a 6-page PDF that I'd sell for $17.98. You know what I mean? But I'm sitting there with a bunch of these ideas because like we've talked about even on the last episode, like the easiest thing to do is go and like put out PDFs to like test the market and kind of see what's good. And I was like, imagine like a well-branded general store for digital products. You see it happen on Etsy. Like you can go get digital products on Etsy. People are searching for them. So you basically just like go look at all the Etsy data and say, what are people buying right now? They're buying how to make a better pizza because pizza ovens are blowing up. They're buying how to make sourdough bread, how to do jumping jacks,
personal
how to
finance spreadsheets.
Right. Like there's all of these, just people want info, right? And like the market is saturated with a bunch of people that are doing free lead magnets. I think the general undertone of the market is that like free lead magnets don't get used, right? Like you opt in for your email, you open it once and you never look at it again, versus like people thinking that the quality behind something that's paid, like inherently in your human brain, you will derive more value out of it because you paid for it. And so I'm like, and it's a digital product, so you get to eliminate all of the cogs and fulfillment and inventory, and like you don't have to deal with like what traditionally is the biggest headache from an e-com business. And you start running the math game where it's like, cool, you can test 15 different niches, different offers, different positionings overnight out of a single Shopify store and just separate each of those products out in your ads manager on Facebook, right? Where you're running a sourdough campaign, you're running, right? Like, and you can just go launch these things, build the product, get a new product live in 2 minutes, and just test like this info product world. And you can test pricing, right? Like anything from $17 to $99 to whatever. It's funny. I was having a conversation with Steven and I was like, I just want to make a lot of money and have it be easy. And I was like, I think the only, like the closest thing that we're going to get to that is info, because you're not dealing with like that many employees, because AI can now create all the content, can create the ads, can do all of that. You're not dealing with any physical goods. You're not dealing with any software development. You're not dealing with cogs. Like your P&L is super clean. It's revenue minus marketing, right? Like your general overhead is pretty simple. Digital products at sub $100 have a pretty low customer service. Like if you're selling a $5,000 course, yeah, you need to be available a little bit more. Like when you buy a book from Barnes and Noble, how often are you hitting up Barnes and Noble's customer support? Like, you know what I mean? Like you're not. So it's almost stepping into that as like what markets are hot? How can you brand this general store in a way that feels reasonable? And it's like, I think that one, if you have any prowess around understanding a market and building like an offer, it's like ClickFunnels. Like if you can just go read .com secrets and figure out how to click the buttons correctly on Shopify and your Facebook's ad manager, bro, like I just think you can print
the world
cash.
Is your oyster.
Yeah. And especially if you're going after sizable markets, it's like, again, I was having this conversation with Steven and I was like, I don't really care if I'm spending $15 to make 20 if my market size is 1 million people. Yeah, I want to spend $100,000 a month on Facebook ads, or for easy math, 150,000 to make 200,000.
Yeah. Especially if even 5-10% of them buy a second thing from you. Right.
Because that's the other piece is like, sourdough book A sold 18,000 copies. What's the next ebook you're going to make? Book the sequel, right? Like sourdough the sequel. It's like, all right, bet. Like then you email market based on the industry and you just niche it down almost like an Amazon of like health and fitness, beauty and fashion. Like you could literally create a guide for anything on the internet and like go sling it at 100% net margins. And I don't know. I think that like, it's just an interesting little game because then you could just test offers. Fire away.
Let me in. All right. Let me in, coach. First of all, here's a book idea name, Sourdough Dough, How to Start a Micro Bakery from Home. Sourdough dough.
Sourdough dough.
Okay. Someone would buy that. Okay. You know how many, I'm in that algorithm right now. You know how many women there are with these micro bakeries? Like it's a thing. It's blowing up. And you've got they've got these farm stands where people will set up a little shed and they put all their fresh sourdough in there and just a Venmo QR code, no employees, like on your honor system. It's blowing up. Okay. Yeah. So I love that. I love this because if for no other reason, let's say that you're only able to convert a customer that never buys anything else from you. Okay. Because that's kind of the thesis is like, it can become a marketplace. They might buy this one. Then a month later, they might buy that one. But that's going to be hard because if they learn how to improve their mile time, they probably don't care about sourdough. So let's just say, let's take the negative aspect and assume that's true. if for no other reason, I love this idea because logistically, it's an easier testing ground for launching and testing digital products, which I think is what you're going for, right?
Yeah.
A/B testing is a breeze. You can, with a little prompting, you can come up with a sourdough book, and then you can push ads to the same book that has 4 different titles, right? And then just lean into the one that wins. And you can all do that on the same website, so you don't have to keep building these websites over and over for these different digital products. Another thing I would test is, this is interesting. So let's just say you're going to have a weightlifting digital product for $20. Okay. And who's a big weightlifting influencer?
Dude, do you see me? I don't know.
Let's just say Alex Hormozy. Okay.
Yeah,
Alex Bromozy.
Yeah.
You slide into Alex's DMs, which he's probably never going to read. And I understand that, but hear me out. Okay. Hear me. Stop judging me, Sam. Let me finish my thought. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And you're like, hey bro, big fan. I sell this digital product. It's like how to get shredded with weights. I'm going to attach your name to it. And I'm going to send you 10% of all the sales. FYI, I realize you probably will never see this DM. And so I'm just going to start, like I found you on Venmo. I'm literally just going to start Venmoing you this money until you tell me to stop. Okay.
Hey.
What's he going to do? Is he going to tell you to stop? Probably not. If he does, then you probably stop. Right. Yeah. And you go to the next Bromozy that you find in the DMs. And so it's like you're licensing his name without his consent. And I understand that, but it's like you're moving fast and breaking things, and you're literally sending him money proactively. And he may never, ever respond to you. And then if he does, like, dude, I'm not cool with this. It's like, okay, I'm done. Better to ask forgiveness and permission. Right. I just think your close rate would be so much higher on these digital products if you're like,
well, and it's like, you know, I think using him as the example is on the extreme, but I feel like there's micro, smaller influencers that one have a higher likelihood of answering, and 2 would probably care about that income a little bit more.
On one hand, it's like, let's say you find a micro influencer in the sourdough space with 50,000 followers, and you're pushing ads to this, and 99% of the people that see this ad don't know who that person is, right? It doesn't even really matter because you're leveraging their followers and their name, and you could literally put a screenshot of their Instagram profile in the ad so they can see the social proof, and they're like, okay, I don't know who Jessica Jones is, but sounds like she knows what she's talking about. That makes me 20% more likely to buy this. Therefore, your cost per acquisition drops 20%. What do we think?
Yeah. I mean, there's a line for every individual on that in using somebody's name without their permission. But like, if you're on the side of the line that you're cool with that, hey,
yeah,
I'm not mad.
I would say something like based on Alex Hormozy's techniques, or something like, it doesn't have to be like author Alex Hormozy, but
people write content all the time. Like, dude, I was looking up supplement stacks, right? Like, I'm getting into the gym, right? And it was like, I read 15 articles that were like Andrew Huberman's thing, right? And it's like, it gives him credit. It's just like, not like he didn't write it, right? Like, it's just covering his thing. And so I like that approach more, is like based on X person, because then it's like, it's almost like your fair use, where it's like you're adding value on top of just like literally running ads with their name on it.
And all you have to do is go find an hour-long Alex Hormozy YouTube video talking about his workout routine, copy the transcript, put it in your prompt, and say, build this ebook based on this transcript.
I mean, dude, I literally, if I like, as a side note to that, AI personal trainer is a great app. All I did, dude, I popped in ChatGPT and I said, this is how much I weigh. This is how tall I am. This is the goal that I have. Here's the equipment that I have. Here's how much time I have every week. Build me a 12-week workout plan for it. And dude, I'm following it. I'm vibing. I was like, dude, I would have had to pay, $150 an hour, And so stuff like that. Yeah, it's a no-brainer. It's like, here's your ultimate shred fest upper body
secrets.
Right?
Secrets.
But yeah, I do think loosely that like the info game from a barrier to entry perspective now more than any time ever in human existence is like just ripe to get in. And with Facebook ads, it's like your market is accessible. It's like there's we're talking about like the best inventions ever. Like AI is cool, but like, dude, the Facebook ads manager, like, that's my favorite thing to come out of this century. Like,
it's like sliced bread, then Facebook ads manager.
Yeah, like I literally can just pop on and get 100 people on my website to pay me tomorrow if I want to. Like, what are we doing, bro? Like, what are we doing, bro?
I totally ripped that quote from you, by the way. What are we doing? I say that all the time now.
Dude, it honestly, too. You want to know where it stemmed from? We were out, Lauren and I were out looking. There's like this Christmas lights area in the South Bay over here. And there was this tree that like jig-jagged all over the place, dude. And she took a picture of it. And the live photo, when she hit it, she goes, "What are you doing, bro?" Right at the thing, and it stuck, dude. And now it's, "What are you doing, bro?" So funny, dude. I'll send you the video or the photo.
So here's another idea along with that. So I post these, look at these freaking guy right here videos on Instagram, right?
Yeah.
And I've got 3 AI generated copycats. I use that term loosely. Some of them were around before I was around, and I discovered them after I started doing this. So they're not directly copying me. At least some of them aren't. And they mostly say like, they're kind of just like, look at this genius idea. They're not trying to make business ideas out of everything like I am. Right? Like, look at this restaurant that makes ice cream out of pizza or whatever. And it's like, I wouldn't do a video on that. Anyway, how they monetize is they used to monetize by having a Patreon and just saying like, support my work. Yeah. But then they saw that I was making business plans for every single video. And now they're doing that with AI, and they're selling them for like $5. Okay. Yep. Which like makes sense. Like I monetize differently through my newsletter, so I can give it away for free. But I'm kind of curious, and I'm just now thinking of this idea as we've been talking about it. What would happen if I put a kind of like a paywall or gated access like halfway through the business plan? Because most people that opt in for the business plan will never even read the business plan. That's just human nature, right?
Yeah.
But then the people that read the whole thing are going to be the highest intent. And now that we have deep research, I'm using, when I say I mean my assistant is using deep research to make these business plans, and they're 10,000 words. So, and they're really, really good. Like they've gotten much better. Imagine if you had a pop up like 20% into it. That's like, hey, want to keep reading? It's $10. It's $5. You got to think, I mean, I've got 500 to 2,500 people signing up for my newsletter every day.
Yeah.
You got to think that a certain percentage of them would pay
why
for
would
that,
you
right?
Why would you not? Well, one, yes. Why would you not do custom? Like the consumer gives you their business idea and you
so like prompt it up.
Yeah. So we do that to support our account managers at Unlimited Content, right? So like we go through and a new client signs up and we get their onboarding materials. We get a PDF of their full website, which we just export on our own. And then we pull all of their like existing SEO data from a Search Atlas or a SEMrush or whatever. And then we give ChatGPT all of that context with a really robust prompt that says, build out an SEO optimized content strategy based on all of this data. And then it produces, generally it's like an 8 to 10 page document with all of the keyword clusters and, you know, all the different things. And so like, yeah, you could go and sell like pre-built ones, or you could have people pay almost like that trip planner live build that I did.
Type in your business idea.
Type in your business idea.
A business plan.
Yeah. Get X, Y, and Z, like whatever details you would need to make that prompt legit. Boom. $20 instantbusinessplan.com. $20 in, get a custom one on the way out.
That's genius. Why aren't I doing that?
I don't know. You should.
Well, probably because I'm doing 18 different things.
Yeah, dude. I know the game.
Instant business. Yeah, I'm writing that down.
Yeah, dude, I'm saying.
Prompt. And it's just like, I'm using AI, but you don't know how I prompt this. You don't know how I finesse it. You don't pay $200 a month for deep research. I do.
Yeah, not
right?
More,
This is well, not you, but the person paying me, right? So it's like automatically, like you could pay $200 once, and you're probably only going to use it for this one business plan, or you can give me $20 once, and
and you have to spend the time. Like
you're just going to use my account.
Yeah,
right.
Literally, use my account, and I tested the prompts, so you don't have to, dude. It's super interesting because like I've been running into this with Unlimited Content a little bit, right? Where like, we're an affordable SEO option. We write daily blog posts. Yes, we use AI and a human editor. And one of the things that I've realized on these sales calls is that nobody really like cares about some super proprietary blog post situation. It is everybody knows that they need to put out daily content on their blog to rank on Google. Like if anyone's going to argue the fact that you should be publishing blogs daily, they don't know anything about SEO. That's fine. So then what I'm battling against, or not even battling against necessarily, is like people saying that they can do it themselves, which like you're not wrong. And so like our value prop, like the proprietary, like all this stuff that we do, it's literally like, yes, you can go and spend $400 a month on these tools that we use yourself. And you can spend the 10 to 20 hours a month on the editing and the publishing and the image curation and all of the things that you'd have to do yourself. Or you can just pay us $400 a month and we'll just do it all for you. And I'm like, it's almost just like a simplification of the offer. Is like, yeah, you could go and sign up for ChatGPT Pro and you could spend the 15 hours learning how to prompt it to create the perfect business plan, or you can get one in your inbox in 10 minutes for the same price and no headache. And it's just like, I just want to be in the reduction of headache game. Like, and it makes my sales calls easier because it's like people can track with that. It's like, you can go do this yourself. You just have to figure out how and spend the money and spend the time, or we can solve this for you today and we can just start writing and publishing content and you don't have to think about it.